Good evening, everyone. We are here today to bring you a very special video. These are our predictions for that pay-per-view that company has in May.
May 18th, pay-per-view
that
of
company
the
has.
famous grappling type organization.
And the reason we are saying the things we are saying is because several people have had videos taken down.
With something as innocent as predictions.
Because this company is claiming copyright infringement. So to make sure that this video is copyright free,
we will say nothing.
We're going to conduct ourselves in a very professional manner. So, the first match we will discuss is Mickie James versus Elizabeth Caroline versus Melina Perez.
Yes.
For the Women's Championship.
Yes.
Now, this is a tough one for me to call. Personally, I think Mickie James is going to win because I don't think they're ready to give it back to Elizabeth Caroline. And I don't think they're ready to give it to Melina Perez. I think what we will see is a lot of fighting between Elizabeth and Perez, and Mickie James is just going to get the win.
Let me tell you what I'm thinking, just running through my head, and a thought that I had a couple days ago. I think Melina Perez is, I'm thinking, maybe face turn. The way she fought,
I could see that
with Caroline. On Raw.
Elizabeth Caroline.
Yes, Elizabeth Caroline, Mrs. Anyway, I'm thinking I might go with go with Melina to win because maybe this will hasten her face turn.
I could see that maybe.
You're still saying Mickie.
Maybe at Vengeance or Night of Champions, as it's called now.
It is early. It is very early.
It's just a little early, so maybe that could happen down the road. So I think Mickie James will retain. The next match is Glenn Jacobs and Phil Brooks.
Oh my.
Versus John Hennigan and Mike Mizanin for the tag team championship of that company. So, what do you think is going to happen?
Okay. I think Hennigan and Mizanin, they've been champions for a long, long time.
Correct.
Maybe it's time for them to step aside.
Yeah,
however,
you think they'll give it to Jacobs and Brooks?
I don't
think that they're ready.
I don't think Brooks and Jacobs would make a fun. I don't think there would be any fun in that whatsoever, unless it's a gimmicky thing where right away Hennigan and Mizanin win.
I could see that.
But for the sake of the video, I'm going with Hennigan Mizanin.
I'm torn on this one. Like I said, I don't want it to go to Jacobs and Brooks because Brooks doesn't need it because he's got other things to worry about, and Glenn Jacobs is already the champion of that show.
I think if they give it to him, they will further cheapen that title, which they don't need to do.
I agree. So I'm going to go with John Hennigan and Mike Mizanin to retain.
All right.
So the next match of the night, my personal favorite. John Felix Anthony Cena versus John Charles Layfield.
Yeah, so John F.A. Cena versus J.C. Layfield. JCL.
JCL.
Your thoughts. I'll tell you my thoughts. Here are my thoughts.
What they need to do, what should happen here, is John Felix Anthony Cena should lose to John Charles Layfield because they need the Monday night show needs another strong heel, and a way for that to happen would be for John Charles Layfield to defeat John Felix Anthony Cena. And people are getting tired of John Felix Anthony Cena.
You don't have to say the whole thing. Or you're just being ultra safe.
I'm being careful here. So yeah, my personal opinion is Layfield should win this match. Even though I don't care for either one of them.
I am thinking Cena because John Felix Anthony. I don't get confused. I think I'm talking about some other one. He's been out of the spotlight for since WrestleMania. He hasn't had his title. I just feel like they're going to want to toss him a bone because they love him so much. I think they're going to.
I think Felix Anthony Cena will win, but I'm just hoping that Charles Layfield wins.
Right.
The other John.
Right. John 2.
John number
JCL. So, okay. Yeah, so I'm going to say Cena for now. And again, these are not the official predictions. We will post those at the last moment.
Yes, and one thing that I wanted to go
let's wait till the end to say that.
The next match...
Special message at the end, by the way.
Was Chris Irvin
versus
Michael Hickenbottom.
Yeah, now this is a convoluted
This is that
story.
one that is so confusing. Nobody understands it. It is my opinion that what is going to happen is Dave Bautista
Yes, thank you.
is going to come out and he's going to beat up Hickenbottom.
And that's what I felt as well.
Hickenbottom faked the injury. He lied.
So Dave is going to make sure Michael
Pays for it.
Right.
So I'm going to go with Chris Irvine to win. Or Irvin.
I'm going to say the same thing. I just kind of think they dropped the ball on this one. Or there was just not enough time to develop it because last week when Hickenbottom says, I'm lying, and Irvin says, no, I don't think you're lying. And then
it goes back and forth. Just one week it's one
Correct.
thing, the next week it's another thing. It's like, okay, who's the good guy here? Who's the bad guy here?
So I will go with Irvin to win.
Easy lying. It's like, yeah.
Irvine.
I'm going to go with Irvine. Next match is Adam Copeland versus Mike Calloway.
Mark
Calloway.
Yes.
I know, I'm sorry. Sorry. For the World Heavyweight Championship. You know what? This is the third time we've seen these guys fight in 2 months. It's really getting kind of stale. I'm going to go with Mark Calloway to win, probably by a tombstone pile driver. That's not copyrighted, is it? Let's just say a pile driver. A pile driver.
Pile driver with one of those things
that sticks out of the ground.
Yeah. I'm a little torn on this one because if you've been following our predictions, I have been saying that Copeland should be the champion for the sake of that story. I still think that, but I don't think they're going to take it away from Calloway.
I still think Copeland can still have a story because I think what could happen is Vicky Guerrero could come out and she could say,
Oh, you didn't win the championship.
She's not 3 years old.
No. So now we can get married, and then Copeland's gonna have to come up with something.
Okay, I'll go with Calloway as well, even though I still say that that storyline needs a title to sweep it. Now let's go with the final.
The final match, the main event, Randall Orton versus Paul Levesque
Yes.
for the championship of that company in a steel cage. Your thoughts?
Not terribly excited,
I'm not either,
but
as I think are most people.
I think Orton had a long run. I think Levesque. I think the title was awarded to him. I think he's remember how Pope Benedict the 16th was considered is considered a transitional pope.
Yeah, filler pope.
I think that's what Levesque is, and even though everybody says he's all arrogant and everything, I think he might be knowingly holding the title just for a little bitty while. However, not too little while. So I don't think he's going to drop it.
My guess is a plan that they're going to have John Charles Layfield win his match, and that he's going to challenge Levesque for the championship in the ensuing months.
That would be fun.
It'll be more exciting than seeing Randall Orton in it, but
shake it up. It'll shake it up.
shake it up a little bit.
Okay,
So I'm going to go with Levesque to win.
all right.
So that's all we're going to talk about. No Jeffrey Hardy, no Matthew Hardy.
True.
It's just like
I hear they're not even really brothers.
no.
That's what I heard. Heard it online. It's got to be true.
That's a rumor if I ever heard it.
Okay, quick note about the predictions. We prefer this time, we're going to change it a little bit. Post your predictions only to this video.
Please.
We're getting too many different places, and I kind of screwed it up last month by requesting they go somewhere else. But anyway, if you post to this video as opposed to, do not comment and do not email them, because it just makes it a lot easier to know.
It's easier for us to keep track of them in case we have to go back.
Right.
Which we've had to do in the past, and it's harder for us to find them if we have to dig.
So that's the special message.
And one other note, we would recommend to everyone that they wait till after Friday to post their predictions, because we're not even sure this is the entire card.
There's speculation that Paul White and Mark Henry.
Yes, Paul White and Mark Henry could be involved in a match, and Matthew Hardy could be involved in some sort of a match. He should be, because he's a champion.
Yeah.
So I would recommend that everyone wait till after Friday to post their predictions. If you want to post them before that, that's fine. but that's just our recommendation.
Right.
So there you have it. Those are our predictions for that pay-per-view that company has in May.
18th.
Peace, everyone.